Hello, Virgo. It is Rebecca with Empathic Grow. I was trying to say Rebecca and Virgo at the same time. Oh well, that's just me. Either way, welcome. This is for June 2026. However, whenever this meets you, there could be a message for you. It is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. People may be tired of hearing that. Definitely trust your intuition and use your discernment. Those are the biggest pieces of this. Because any message, even a personal message, the interpretation of the reader, intuitive, medium, whatever titles we have, or however you want to call us, it may be different than your interpretation. So, and then some things you may not realize until after the reading. So again, just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And personal reads are always going to be more accurate because it's based on the energy of just you and your situations, whereas a general read is based on the collective. So we're starting out with really definitive definitions of things. It's interesting. I was called to use the Intuitive Whispers deck by Maud Hurst to start the reading out, so we will do that. 10. Message from the third eye. That looks like a sunflower in the middle. And I understand my camera lighting is not the best, but looks like a sunflower in the middle. So I'm feeling that this may have something to do with some confidence and trusting your intuition, not just a message, but trusting too. And then in the background, it's just kind of like a shadowy aspect, but definitely in a shape of like a tree. I feel like this is the sense I'm getting is kind of like growing your confidence and your intuition. All in this card, it doesn't say that. It just says message from your third eye, but that's how it feels with the imagery. So I'm feeling like we're done with that one for right now. We'll see where we go with this. Message from the third eye. Trying to decide if any of these decks. All right, we're going to go to the Archetypes deck that I have. I do recognize that some of the decks that I have may not be the originals, and that was not by intention. And I do have all the originals on my list to get over time, but this is the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck, Kim Cran's. Okay, we're going with that. I just did Libra's reading. It was cohesive, but it felt disjointed, and that made sense over time. Yours is feeling like, let's just throw everything all over the place. So Virgo, I don't know if you've been feeling like everything's just kind of like you're trying to do something and then it's just happening. Like things are happening before you even feel like you've got your thoughts together. If that's the way you're feeling, then that would make sense with kind of how this reading is going. And the over-explaining. Like I don't always over-explain over time. I haven't felt like I need to, but like with this sunflower third eye, it's feeling like 333 on the clock that this may be part of a message for you. First card that we have is the comic. And when I see this, it makes me think of Class Clown, or sometimes those of us that are neurodivergent, we have these masks. Not because we're trying to... What's the word I'm looking for? This is so weird. Libra, Virgo. Virgo, you and Libra have had like weird energy today. And I did cleanse, clear, all the things. So like a class clown, or like when you're neurodivergent and you're masking, and you may not even know you're masking, it's just that you're trying to fit in. It's that you're trying to not impose is all I keep hearing, but that's not what I want to say. It's that you're trying to kind of divert attention or something like that, which would be part of that needing to have confidence. So this has a cat on it with a birthday hat, but the cat looks sad. So the cat's sad, but at an event or celebrating something that you would think is fun. And it's like, again, exactly what I was saying, where it's like projecting something that you don't actually feel. The next one is the crone. Oh, with the crone, I feel like you're aware that you try to hide. Like there's this darkness, and there's a wisdom that like this is a more childish energy. And it's not that somebody's even trying to be childish. It's just, again, it just feels like, how do I put this? Like the party tricks and things, like trying to divert attention. Whereas the crone is kind of stepping more into, this is who I am, and acceptance. And in this, we have the crone, the hand holding the crow holding the pentacle. I'm trying to think of how I'm seeing it. You see my hand going like this because it's like presenting, I feel like this is, and the arm is kind of hairy. The knuckles, you know, it's worn, of course, you know, as we get older. But I feel like this is, it's like just presenting something that others may not understand. Like crows are very misunderstood. Some people see them as bad omens, but there's the penny here. So we've got the shiny object, and it's like, regardless of what anything looks like, regardless of what feels heavy or dark, it's just being you. It's not pretending to not have emotions or that you don't see things. Maybe sometimes with that third eye, you try to minimize things, or you try to pretend is not really the word that I'm wanting to say, but adapt in the moment to get through the situation. And the crone, I feel like, is bringing in that more mature energy to say, no, I see things. My third eye is active. That was actually a general message the other day. Your third eye is already active. It's you being able to embrace, accept, believe, and understand how you receive information, and also allowing yourself to know when something that you feel, see, sense, hear, whatever it is true, even if others don't understand. That you don't have to play small even, or manage your emotional states. And well, to some extent we do manage our emotional states, but like pretend that they don't exist so that other people can feel comfortable. You can just be yourself. That's what I'm getting from that crone card. And then we have the village. And with this, the interesting things that I see, it says the village, but yet you have a lone hand that is inside of the ground. And it's drawing a circle. It's almost like, I'm seeing the Hermit card. It's almost like keeping to yourself and drawing a circle. Like that circle is reminding me of like a circle of salt for protection. And it's like protecting yourself from the village. And the crone is saying, but you don't have to. Because this comic was trying to protect yourself. And this is, it's about balance. There we go. Because you got it on either side of that crone. It's knowing when and who are people, places, situations, things that you feel like you can just be yourself, and others that aren't, and not fully giving yourself up and not being yourself, or hiding yourself away and just hiding who you are, but finding the balance of presenting yourself authentically every time, but with discernment. With discernment. So trusting your intuition, trusting this third eye. That's the message from your third eye. Trust your third eye. Use your discernment on how you move. All right, Spirit, thank you. That Virgo, that took a while for us to get to. Let's look at this love oracle that I got off of Amazon, and kind of look at what maybe some of the things, emotions that could be helpful or maybe difficult. So this is interesting because that one was already flipped over. Divine masculine, yang masculine energy. So I feel like with this, it's maybe you've been running in that masculine energy, trying to just hold everything together, trying to do all the things, be the breadwinner, make the money, make sure everything's in place. And your spirit may be calling you to get into that more feminine energy, finding that balance between the two. We're talking about balance down here, of allowing yourself to stop, pause, breathe. I said those very quickly, but stop, pause, breathe, and nurture yourself, and think about what you need instead of what other people may need, or feeling like you just have to shut down and shut yourself off. About to drop the cards. All right. What else, Spirit? What else? What else is something for Virgo to focus on? the hands. The cards are wanting to stick in my hands. Healing, releasing, purifying, and cleansing. Absolutely. Look at all that orange, that sacral chakra. And I want to say, even with the comic, we've got orange represented because we have the rainbow colors. And all that yellow and orange that is in this card with a little bit of pink in it as well over here on the side, that heart chakra. But I feel like part of this is calling you to allow yourself to release and be playful, be creative. Sometimes being creative or doing things that bring us a lot of joy that we're passionate about is part of being able to step out of that more masculine energy, finding the balance and saying it's okay for me to be me. Let's see if anything else comes out of this deck. I swear, Virgo, it's funny. Your cards are just like coming out immediately. Realizations, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. Goes right back to this first card, that third eye, message from the third eye. It's slowing down. It's being able to soften. It's allowing yourself to look at things from a balanced view so that you can focus on what are the epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. 1111 as I looked, turning this card around, that are coming to you. And again, we've got a lot of orange in this card and the yellow. The sacral chakra, being able to feel more connected to yourself, more creative, passionate. Intimacy is even part of that. Playful. And also being able to feel more confident about it and trusting yourself. So I feel like that is pretty much the message, but I'm being called to look at one more thing. All right, let's go to the Namaste deck. That's Tori, Carmine, Salerno. And pull a Namaste blessing for you. So for Virgo, what is the blessing? All right, so this is the card, and it says life's blessings. Life bestows her blessing. She is the wind of change through you, and this change is your blessing. Don't try to hold on, no matter how unsettling it may seem, for all will magically transform when the time is right. When you look back, you will see only love. Talked a lot about that heart chakra, and I feel like a big piece of this is love of yourself. Love of yourself. Embracing that crone energy where you allow yourself to step into not minimizing yourself, not hiding yourself, but here I am, and this is my wisdom, and these are the things that I believe in, these are the things I feel, these are the things I see, and I don't have to say it to everyone. I'm using my discernment as to how I feel most comfortable and what feels right to me for presenting that, but I'm not going to feel like I have to shut myself off or I have to play like everything's fine. It's finding that balance within yourself, healing, and realizing what it is that you need, regardless of what you may feel like you're being told by whoever. 1313 on the clock, and I feel like that's a full read. Thank you so much, Virgo. I hope that this has been helpful. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And always, if you would like, comment. I do enjoy all of those, and they help the messages get to where they need to go. If you would like a personal reading, I do have weekly video conferencing through Zoom that's available for a reading, or recorded videos like these that you can come back to watch whenever it's convenient for you. So if you have any questions, let me know, but you can have a look at the website. The information will be either in the description box and or it is in my bio. Thank you so much and take care.